What is going on, everybody, and welcome to today's video with me, your friendly neighborhood pirate Warwick, and in today's video we will be going over 4 money-making methods using combat. Let's get to it. Okay, and our first method here will be killing the brutal red dragons. Now you might be mistaken with the gear that I have and where I'm located, that we're going to go kill the brutal black dragons. They are a little bit better GP per hour than the brutal red dragons. I have already covered them in one of my previous combat guides, but the brutal red dragons are a lot easier to kill. They aren't that much less per hour. They're only 100k GP less per hour, and they take significantly less gear and a lot lower stats to be able to kill. As you can see here, I've taken a good setup in the fact that I have the Elite Void, but next to that I have fairly just decent gear. I don't have anything like crazy. I don't have the Dragon Hunter crossbow. I don't have the Zenite jewelry, which I can't remember the name of the necklace right now. I only have a Book of Law. I don't have like a Twisted Buckler or anything like that. I don't even have the new Avis Accumulator on here. And I have God D'hide boots. So this is something that you can very, very easily upgrade the gear and get more kills per hour with. But as you can see here, this is a very cheap. This is only about, what is this, maybe 6 to 7 mil GP to like gear setup. And you can make yourself 400k GP an hour AFK doing this. But when it comes to like the brutal black dragons, you have to like have a Dragon Hunter crossbow. You have to have like 30 plus mil to start this. This one only 7 mil. The gear that I'm bringing here, as I kind of touched in the beginning part here, we're just gonna have Void, Avis Accumulator, Amulet of Fury, some Diamond Bolts E, a Rune crossbow, Book of Law, Zamorak D'hide boots. Any of the D'hide boots work, and then a Archer's Ring I, preferably I, as I is better. As I said in the previous clip, you can very easily upgrade this gear. So if you do have any of the better parts that do upgrade this gear, I'm just going to show you that you can do this with not like great gear whatsoever. Okay, so for getting into the brutal red dragons here, we're going to enter in this little map link thing, this little hole here in the Lovakinj house. So we'll be entering into this and then running just a little bit south to get to the red dragons. Now for when we need a bank, we can just come back through this through the hole here, run down to here, bank here, run back up and recharge a prayer here, and then run back over here. This is just so we can save an inventory slot by not having to have a extra talisman on us and also a ring of dueling on us. Now also to actually get this rope, like this little hole here, you'll actually have to go into the catacombs itself from another area. You'll have to like go into this statue under here, go into this, and then run from the altar here, past the skeletons, up past the hellhounds, and then past the dragons here, and then open this. You'll actually have to go up it once to be able to come back down it. Without it, it'll just be, it just won't be here on your like you see how there's a hole here, it'll just be blank, there'll be nothing. So you actually do have to go through the entire system and then come up here once for this to be here. Okay, and for our inventory, all we're going to do is bring 1 range potion, 1 extended anti-fire potion, and then 2 prayer potions. That's it. So now that we're ready to go down, we're just going to set the extended anti-fire and put on protect from mage. This is basically the only requirement that you're going to need, is to just have a 38 prayer. Of course, higher range would be recommended. Anything about 80 plus would be recommended. But technically the only thing you actually need is the 38 magic, because without it you're going to take a lot of damage. So then you'll just want to run past the black dragons here, the brutal black dragons here, run down to the brutal red dragons here, sip up your ranging potion, and then just go on accurate, and then just basically kind of AFK. As you can see, prayer does not drain too fast here, and these aren't like that easy to kill. As you can see, I'm not hitting the best, as my gear isn't the top notch, but as you can see there, I also hit a 36, and now I hit an 18, so this isn't bad at all. These dragons are so good to kill is because they drop 2 of their respected hide. So for example, on this kill alone, I got 2 red D'hide, so that's 4.7k, dragon bone, which is 6.9k, and then a rune longsword, which is 18 or total of 25k. So just off of that 1 kill alone, I got 25,000 GP. So as you can see, these are a very, very nice AFK method that also help train your range. Okay, and our next method here will be killing the crazed, the archaeologist. This will get you about 400,000 GP per hour, so the same as the brutal red dragons. This one though is a little bit more fun, as the brutal red dragons you just AFK'd most of it. This one is located inside the wilderness, but not at at a very dangerous level in the wilderness. Obviously, the wilderness, any level is dangerous, but it is located at about level 23 wilderness, so you can teleport out with either a Slayer Ring, a Glory, or a Royal Seed Pod. So it is not, if you see a player, you can just click this and teleport right out. So it is not the most dangerous spot to be in. Okay, so if you're geared to bring, I only bring 3 items that you could pretend that like are worth anything to lose, just in case somehow I skull. But there's probably a good chance I'm not going to skull, because what I do is I go to my options menu, I click on this little like control thing here, so it literally says control, and then I go to my player attack options and I just put it on hidden. This way, there's no way for me to attack another player, because I'm not looking to attack another player. If a player does come, all I'm looking to do is run away from them, and I'm looking to not, for them to have no way to try and skull trick me. There's just no, if my attack's on hidden, I can't attack another player, I can't possibly skull, so I can't lose these 3 items. I'll keep the Occult Necklace, the Trident of the Swamp, and the Tormented Bracelet no matter what. So for the gear that I bring here is the Exorosian Hat, Saradomin Cape, the Occult Necklace, the Trident of the Swamp, the Exorosian top and bottom. I bring a Bruto Shield. This is just a shield that gives you a bit of magic bonus, a Tormented Bracelet, the Mystic Boots, and then a Ring of Dueling. This just because there's no real good ring to bring here, so I just bring this, that when I do teleport back using the Seed Pod, I can just go to Clan Wars and recharge my prayer, my HP, my run, stuff like that. For the inventory here, we just bring about 4 prayer potions, 4 brews. This is in case you do get teleblocked and then you can't teleport away. This is just some tanking food, a super store, a stamina potion. Again, the stamina potion is for running away in case you get teleblocked. The super store is just for keeping your prayer up. Just basically just to help. Also, it's just there because it gives you a little bit more prayer than what the actual prayer pot does itself. So in case they try to like do some Kahoot method to try and smite you, then you can at least have that to drink up with. A Games Necklace, just to teleport to the Corporal Beast Lair, because that's near where the Crazy Archaeologist is. The Royal Seed Pod, because it does work above level 30, and it is just a 1-click in the inventory click, and then you'll teleport with it out of there. A looting bag, this is just to put the loot that you get inside of, and there, you can just put it inside of here so you can save some inventory space. And then the rest of your inventory just filled with monkfish. So all we're going to do here is we're going to teleport over to the Corporal Beast lair here using the Games Necklace. Now this is one of the biggest times that you will get PK'd, is coming out of this little crack here. So as you can see, there's someone here, so I'm going to hop. Okay, so now that you're satisfied that you are on a world where there is nobody, at least in this little corp cave here, so hopefully there's no one outside, you'll just want to put on protect item and protect from range. This is just in case it's like someone sitting outside with a dark bow, and just step outside. You'll have the little thing to go through, click yes, and then just hover over your Royal Seed Pod, and if you see anybody, then just click out and just come back. Try a different world. It's better to just teleport away immediately than risk having to fight somebody, basically. So just want to run over to this obelisk here. Now if you have the hard diaries done, you can just set it to take you to level 27 wilderness, but if not, then you basically just have to keep clicking around until you actually find level 27 wilderness. But we'll just pretend like you have the hard diaries. If you don't, of course, just go around. But now we're at level 27 wilderness right here, and the person that we're going to go kill is just located right here, just a little bit off to our left side here. So we make our way down here. We'll just want to make sure that there's no one else around. Obviously, if there's someone else around, they could try to PK us. So to see, make sure there's no one else around. We see this, the crazed archaeologist, no one else around, so we can go for it. So we'll just put protect from missile on and start attacking him. Now you do want to give yourself some space to run away, because if he says Rain of Knowledge, then as you can see right there, perfect, he threw those books, and as I didn't move in time, because I didn't think he was going to do it first time and I was trying to explain it, he hit me pretty a lot of damage, basically. But every time he'll just say some random stuff like Taste of Knowledge, but now you see, Rain of Knowledge, so now I know I can just run away. Now sometimes, depending on the ping of the world that you're on, you might get hit by it. That's why we have the food here. Of course, if I wasn't talking, I was concentrating, I'd probably not have got hit by that, but it's just one of those things where you'll just, the more you do it, the better you'll get. And as you can see here, this is not a hard thing at all to kill. And then, boom, we got some mud runes, 6.2k GP. So as I said, this is about 400,000 GP per hour. What we're coming here for is the Malediction Shard 2 the Odium Shard 2. That's basically the two like major drops that we're coming for, as both of those are pretty expensive right now as they make the different range and mage wards. So those are two very good drops to get here. But other than that, it actually does drop a couple of pretty good drops, like 2 rune crossbows and stuff like that. So this is not a bad spot at all to come and kill, makes a little bit of GP, and it is kind of fun to have something a little bit new where you have to actually put some sort of effort into it, unlike, for example, the red dragons there, where you basically just clicked on it and just watch your screen, make sure that your prey didn't run out. As you can see here, literally the kill after I finished recording here, I was just finishing off the kill, got 12 Onyx Bolt Tips, which is 100,000 GP. So as you can see, this boss does have, other than just the ward drops, which is its main drops, some very decent, like, other loot. Okay, so this next method here is actually a pretty cool little method. We will be killing the Fiyr Shades in the Shade Catacombs in Mauritania. So for this, you will want to have the hard, at least the hard or elite Mauritania task done. This is for the Mauritania legs. To get there, without these, it's probably not worth doing, as you'll have to then take, probably your best method will be Barrows teleports, and then you'll be losing somewhere about a K each run, but you can do it with the Barrows teleport if you would like, but the Mauritania legs definitely increases the profit a lot, as you are a lot closer to the spot. But saying that you have the hard diaries done, this method will make you about 500,000 GP per hour, and it doesn't like take any initial really investment, as you'll just want the best combat gear that you can get. So you could replace this Void here with Bandos, but I just decided to go with the Void, as I'm basically just looking to be able to hit just every single time, as these don't have a lot of health at all. They don't deal much damage back at all. You won't have to bring any food, so really, yeah. So basically I'm just bringing Void Melee, so Void Melee, so Void Helm, the Elite Void Top, Elite Void Bottom, and the Void Gloves, a Fire Cape, a Sub Amulet E. Now this is not required, but it does help, but if you don't have the Sub Amulet E, then just bring a Fury, that is perfectly fine, the Abyssal Whip, a Dragon Defender, and then a Berserkering Eye. And I also did forget to mention, for skill-wise, you will need 65 fire making to actually get the silver key. So you'll just have to Google how to get the silver key, as I'm not going to be going through that, as that is a whole nother thing by itself, but it only takes a couple of minutes to do. You'll just have to like kill a certain shade, burn it on the it's not complicated at all. Like Wiki can explain it significantly better than I can. So you'll just want the silver key, you'll want the Mauritania Legs 3, as I mentioned before, and you want a Ring of Dueling. Now you'll also want a 43 Prayer, so that you can use the Protect from melee, so that you won't actually take damage here. So basically all we want to do is use the Mauritania Legs 3, and go to Berg de Rot. I'm at Berg de Rot, but I'm just showing you, so you'll just use the Mauritania Legs, be at Berg de Rot here. So now you'll just run north, and open this gate, and then run north across the bridge here, and then we'll just run north all the way through Morton here, until we get to this dungeon symbol right there on the map. So now we're at the dungeon symbol here, so we just want to go inside of these wooden doors here, and then we will just run directly south and go through this first solid steel door, and then saying that we have our thing facing south here, keep running south, and then just go left all the way down this tunnel here, and then again just click on the solid silver door. This key will open it for you, and then we'll be here with the Fiyr Shades. Then you just want to put Protect from melee up, and basically just kill them off. Nothing too hard at all. This is basically the whole entire method here. As you can see, you hit very, very good against these guys. They're only 120 combat, so they're not a high combat level at all. And each drop here is worth about 3.1k. So as I did say, they are about 500k GP per hour. They're not bad at all. Okay, and for the last method here, we will be doing a higher level method for Barrows. So this method can get us about 1,000,000 GP per hour, so it is a very, very good method. Now this is depending on your luck. Obviously some hours you can go dry and get no items at Barrows, and then another hour you can get 3 items at Barrows. All depends on your luck from the chests, but it averages out to about 1,000,000 GP per hour that you do this over the course of time. So this is not a bad method whatsoever. I do have a more in-depth and proper Barrows guide already up on this channel if you'd like to check that. I will link it in the description. But I'll just briefly glance over Barrows here and just give you what you basically need to know. So the only requirements here that I'd say for Barrows would be level 83 magic and at least 60% favor with the Archaeus house, that you can use the Archaeus spellbook, and you can use the teleport to, like the Barrows teleport, and then you also have to have the Priest in Peril quest complete. So now we will be using a little bit of a higher tier setup here. Just downgrade this gear or upgrade this gear, depending on how much bank you have and what your stats look like, because we will be using the house to recharge our prayer and stuff, using the ornate pool there. So if you don't have that, then you'll just have to use the Clan Wars teleport, but we'll get to that in a second. So for the gear that we bring here, we're just going to bring Void. If you have Ancestral, you can bring that. I just don't, and I feel like most players don't. So Void is a strong alternative. So we just have the Void Mage Helm. We have a Sardom Cape, a Cult Necklace, any Blessing works. The Trident of the Seas, just the normal Trident of the Seas works here. We don't have to have the Toxic one. I find that the Toxic one is a lot more expensive, and it doesn't really give that many more kills to make it really worth it, in my opinion. But you can bring it if you would like. Elite Void top and bottom, and Void gloves. The Malediction ward. We have Eternal boots, and then we have the Seer's Ring Eye. And then in our inventory we have the Void Range Helm, a Amulet of Fury, a Toxic Blowpipe, the Avis Accumulator, and the Archer's Ring Eye. This is just for Arms, which is one of the brothers that we're going to go kill at Barrows. This is just to kill him off really easy, and then this setup is for the other 5. So then in our inventory, other than the previous mentioned armor items, we're going to have about 6 lobsters, a spade, teleports to our house. Now if you don't have teleports to your house, as I had said, bring a Ring of Dueling so you can teleport to Clan Wars, a rune pouch with low runes, blood runes, and soul runes. This is to actually be able to teleport to Barrows, and then just a prayer potion just in case we get Darox as our tunnel. We will need that, or he can basically just one-hit us, depending on his hits and our luck. So what we want to do here is just teleport over to Barrows, and then once we are at Barrows here, we'll start at the north. We'll start at the first tunnel on your left as you come in, saying that your camera is facing south here. We'll just start the first left tunnel here, and then we will use the spade, dig down, and we'll just kill him off. We'll just want to pray melee for this brother. I've actually already killed him though, but we'll just pray melee for this brother and kill him off. Then we will run to the tunnel over here, this last tunnel over here, the most southernmost tunnel, and dig down here, pray range this time, and kill this brother off. Then we will change over to our range gear here, and run to the center mound here, dig down, pray mage, and have it on rapid, and then just kill him off. Then we will go back to our mage stuff here, and we'll go, now basically for this next part you can kill either of these 3 brothers, the 3 mounts that we haven't killed, depending on how much prayer you have left. Normally by this point in time, because I'll probably just put on like Anguish or Eagle Eye, because, or sorry, Rigor here, because I don't really need prayer for these other ones. I won't have prayer, but if you don't put these on, you still have prayer, so then it'll probably be more beneficial to do Guthans over here or Torags over here. Then with this one, I just normally go to this one just because, I don't know, it doesn't really matter which one of these 3 you kill next, is basically what I'm trying to say. So you'll just come down here, then you'll click on this one, and you'll pray melee, kill this guy off. This guy is basically the only one that can really give you trouble, as he can hit through your prayer, so he, just do watch him, and you might have to eat 1 or 2 pieces of food, but you should kill him off fairly fast, so he's not really much of an issue. Then I'm just going to move over to Guthans here, as I already know which one is my tunnel, but then in that case I'd move down here to Torax and kill him off. Now, there is one of the 6 brothers will basically be a, if they won't actually be there when you just click on it, you'll actually be able to enter into their tomb. So for that brother, you'll just have to, you'll just kill off the other 5 brothers and then go back to their tomb and go down. So for example here, I just pray melee like this guy's doing, and then just kill off the brother here, and then come back up, and then I'd go to my last tunnel here, which I already know is Thorax, but I probably wouldn't have known, so I would have found that it's Thorax, okay, and then killed off the other 5 brothers, and then come to Thorax, come down, and then we will go in to his sarcophagus here, so we'll click yes, I'm fearless, and then we'll basically be in this kind of maze here. Well, maze, it's basically a 3x3 like block, so there's like below each room, so there's 1, 1, and 1 going down, 1, 1, and 1, so it's just a 9 square room, and you basically just want to get to the most center room here, to that chest right there, so you'll just have to click on these doors here, see which one you can go through. I can go through this door here, so this is how I'm going to run down. Now you can kill off these skeletons and stuff, and there is a percentage, which I believe is 77.3%, that will make it so that you can get bolt racks, but it's not really worth your time to actually kill them off, as you're basically just trying to get the items from here. So just the more brothers you kill and the faster you can get, the more chests you can get each hour, that's the more money you're going to be able to get. So basically from here we're just going to run through. Because the client that I use know that my door is that one over there, so I just have to basically just run through all the way around. But if you were just using the official old school client, you wouldn't actually have this. So you just basically have to click each door. Oh, so here we go. So here is Thorax. So here's the first brother we're actually gonna be able to see me killing. So basically I'll just, by this point in time I probably wouldn't have prayer, because your prayer does get drained inside of the tunnels, and inside the crypt after the first brother. But I have prayer, so I'm just gonna use it. So as you can see, just praying up against him, no issue at all, just killed them off, boom, that easy, no problem at all. So then we'll just keep running around here until we find the correct door, which I know is that one over there. Oh, so as you can see here, this one I can't actually go through, so I'm actually going to have to go through a different door here to get around to over there. Door actually turned out to be the first one I passed by here. I'm sure somebody noticed that and commented it. I was trying to explain this whole entire place. I wasn't actually looking. I was just kind of going with the flow and just assumed I had to go all the way around. I don't know why, because I actually came down in that room. So, but just forget that whole part, that whole thing happened there. Basically all I had to do was just run around here and then through these doors here. Just forget about that. So basically we're up to this door here. This door will have a puzzle to it. There's 4 different puzzles. I will put a image up on screen now. This image is the answer to each puzzle. So obviously the one that has the big arrow pointing towards it and is circled in red, that is the answer to each puzzle. As you can see, they're not like hard puzzles to learn at all. There's only 4 of them, and you literally just have to learn the correct answer for each one. And then there's no, you can't like think, oh, maybe the top left hand one and the top right hand one, you know, they really look similar. None of them really look similar, so you basically just have to look at the answer, and you don't have to look at the puzzle at all, but you will have to do it fast, as if things are attacking you, then they will cancel it out, so you'll just have to be a little bit fast on that. So then we will move on here into the chest room here. Now if we hadn't killed all the brothers by now, by the time we clicked on this chest here and opened it up, then one of the brothers, the last brother left, will spawn here. We'll kill him off, and then as we have all 6 brothers killed, we'll just be able to loot the chest and get something from it. As you can see here, I didn't get anything good at all, but it wasn't that bad. We can quickly go and price check. This is actually a fairly bad loot, as I didn't get any death runes, any blood runes, or obviously an item, but you have to expect some good loots and some bad loots. But it was still 54k, so it wasn't a bad loot really whatsoever. So I hope that little skim over of Barrows did help you. As I said, there is a proper, fully in-depth Barrows guide on this channel. If you'd like, as I said, I linked that in the description. So if you'd like to, properly, where I go over every single brother, how to do everything like that with images, blah, 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 that will be in the description. But I hope that little overview did help you be able to do the Barrows a little bit more efficiently. And I would just like to thank you all for watching, and hopefully this guide helps you.